Hello guys, this is Robin and this is 10 questions with ScrunK.
Where does your nickname came from?
My nickname actually it's pretty weird because it was at the time when I was watching Scrubs, the TV show with the doctors, and I was listening to Soldier Boy Crank That, and I just like combined the things. So that's how I came up with my nickname. There's nothing special behind it, I guess.
Okay. So when did you discover your leadership skills?
When I discovered them, I mean, already in football when I was a kid, I was like getting the captain armband and stuff, like something I like always liked to do. When I played Star Wars Battlefront 2 before I played Counter-Strike, I was already having my own teams and like playing with people, leading a bit, and it just always felt natural to me. I wouldn't say like I'm a born leader, but it just comes with the having the tactical overview of the game. Comes in pretty handy to also take over the team in leadership wise, and so I try to do it as a leader, but I also mostly try to lead by example. With that being said, like when we come into a new LAN, I will be the guy who's deathmatching 3 hours before the others. I will sit down and not leave until I feel good to play. Like, and I want the others to see that, and that's something that I just always like looked up from. To if you look at the big sports personalities like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and I try to take these guys as inspiration to become a leader that I want. And yeah, just like people like that push me, and that made me become a leader, basically.
Do you think CS2 will change the CS scene too much?
I don't know if it will change it too much, but it definitely will bring some fresh air into it. To be honest, right now I'm not a fan of it because, as I said, I have still this mission to complete in CSGO, and I kind of haven't accepted yet that I can't do that anymore. So, but I think it will bring new things. New things tend to be all good. It's good change, and it has a big chance to bring more players into our game and make the game grow. And also with Valve showing that they're committed to Counter-Strike, they love Counter-Strike, and that's also something I'm looking forward to. The game itself, HGs and smokes and stuff, like we'll see how it plays out. But like for me, the biggest change is that we can finally see, okay, the publisher of our game actually does really care, and which is something I think every CS:GO player has been lacking from time to time.
Yeah. Who is your favorite IGL?
My favorite IGL has to be Existence, the Belgian guy who is unfortunately retired. But like I'm a Source guy, and if you have played Counter-Strike Source, you'll know very games. They were like OP, like they were flashing everything off, and it was just a joy to watch. And also I think in the start of CS:GO, like you could see his brain working, and it's like he had really good strategic points of the game. Nowadays, I would say Cadian is something I really respect, and like, yeah, I really admire his style. Also the way he's as a leader, I really admire that. Like the way he gives energy to his teammates and leads them. It's something I look up to definitely.
So how did you join Sangal? What was the story?
I mean, the story was basically that Kovana decided to. They had a decision to make, either to keep Crystal as an IGL or me as an IGL, because I wanted to be an IGL again after playing with him and not being IGL. And they decided for Crystal, so I was looking for a team, and I knew from QB, I heard it like, you hear things always in the CS team, I heard it like he might consider joining Sangal'a, so I was like, I just messaged him out, asked what's the situation, if they need an IGL, and then things came by pretty quickly that I might be the good solution for the team, and yeah, then basically, that's it, the story. I just shot a message to QB and hope for the best.
Give us some tips. How do you control your emotions during the match? Options.
How I control my emotions is a good question. It's like I do some techniques, like breathing techniques, like it's called psychological sight. You can something look it up if you want. It's something you can easily implement into your life. It helps me a lot to calm down when there's a lot of stress. Other than that, I try to remind myself every day to be positive, to carry also not only like with good calls, but also the mood in the team. I try to hype up every round, and after I lost rounds, I try to give a positive outlook on the game. It's never over until it's over, and I just try to be as positive as I can be, even if it's rough. I want the guys to look me at somebody who's gonna bring you the energy that you're sometimes missing when the game is not going away.
So can you share with us a secret that you do not share with everyone?
I mean, there's some lineups I don't show anybody. I have some smoke lineups that I save for the moment. If we ever play Major Final, you can see it. But I mean, secrets. I mean, I think one of the most unspoken for secrets is that CS is as complex as it is. If you try to overcomplicate it, you're just gonna fail. It's something I had to learn a long time. Like I was always trying to be the perfectionist, trying to, oh, if we flash here, do this, flash here, and play everything perfect, we will win. But it's not the case. If you play perfect, you will always lose because you can't play perfect. It's just you're chasing the impossible that makes you lose. And sometimes you concentrate so much on the things that don't matter that you just forget to play the game. And I think like something not often spoken about in the pro scene, that the most important thing is to actually play the game, to have the joy for the game and play off the feeling of the game, no matter the situation. And that's something I think is not really spoken about.
So, is there any chance you might become a coach one day?
I mean, never say never. If I ever feel like I can't hang with the young boys anymore when it comes to shooting, there's definitely an option. Not something I would consider as right now because even though my stats might not show it sometimes when people always like, oh, what are you doing, blah, 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 you bot. It's not like I don't have good aim. I know I have good aiming and everybody in the team knows I have good aiming. I can shoot really good. And as long as I have the feeling that I can compete with the other guys, I don't see a reason to switch the role. And I feel like it is maybe something that I can consider when I get older and my life circumstances maybe change. But right now, the biggest thing in my life is CS. I have no girlfriend that I want to marry or like no child coming up. There's CS and I focus on Counter-Strike, and as long as I can do that, I don't think age matters that much, and I don't think a coaching position is on the cards in the next couple of months or years.
If you had the opportunity to change one thing in your life, what would it be?
This is a really hard question. I mean, there's some personal things that I don't want to share, so I mean, I would change, honestly, right now, the thing that I would love to have changed is that outcome of that one match in Malta, because I think it could have intervened a lot of things. I mean, and it would have, because now CSGO ended, I haven't played a match, and that's the one thing I would have liked to change, because I feel like with the way I contributed to the scene, and I feel like many people know that behind the scenes, and many other pro teams know because they regularly steal my strats, that I feel like I deserved to be there at a major, and not having made that kind of is a regret that I would like to be changed, I guess.
What is your most memorable moment in Sangal'a?
I mean, there's a lot of memorable moments, some good ones, some bad ones. I mean, I would say two, because I think it's not obviously the Malta armor loss in Mosports. It's hard to blend that out. It for me, since I've been playing CS:GO since the beta, and I'm not like publicly playing, tryharding since the beta, and it was the first time I had the chance to really get close to a goal that I set myself a long time. So obviously that hurts when I think about it. But also like the good memories, like even within that match, the best memories I have is like being with the guys on LAN, winning rounds, looking at each other's eyes, seeing the joy, feeling the love and passion for the game, and just like that feeling within the team is like what drives me and what gives me motivation to do better and achieve more goals, get to more lands, and always like that's something I always want. And having these memories with the guys is really special to me. So guys, if you enjoyed these 10 questions with me, make sure to subscribe, comment down below, like, and yeah, check out our other socials. Thanks for watching.